Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Forgotten on Endless. I think that we're in pretty good position here. That's what I'm trying to say. This position is actually not awesome in the sense that we're vulnerable from like a huge amount of area. I know Green doesn't have a war with us right now, but they could decide at any moment that they sense weakness, blood in the water. Let's take a quick moment before we get back into the action, actually. Let's take a quick moment at the score screen and reassess our situation. So first of all, what is the elimination... What does the number here mean? Destroy all other empires. I am 10. I have done 10 destroy other empires. Obviously our score is not awesome. It's less than Green, which is crazy. Looks like nobody's really anywhere on the diplomatic victory, or on the victory types. I was looking at diplomatic when I said that. Yeah. Everybody's got their capital except for Red. And, yeah, nobody's anywhere, really. Diplomatic, 10% for Green. That's not a big concern. Green met the other players earlier than we did, and they've done some deals or something, probably. I'm not too concerned about it, because I'm very confident that if Green starts approaching a victory, we can just kill them. Alright, speaking of killing people. We have to start building something in Garak. Minor hiccup here. Okay, it was trying to render the terrain. So our buildings look like our stuff now, right? It's miraculous how you take over a city and overnight all of the structures change shape, especially considering that the necrophage structures look like they're made out of living material, and I don't see any of that stuff left over. It's crazy. We did inherit some very large cities here. This city actually almost completely fills its region. It is actually exploiting all but one of the tiles in this region. Yeah, a lot of cities that have leveled up districts. So our empire approval level right now is kind of in the garbage can, but when these start evening out, we're going to feel pretty good about it. Okay, so I know that I decided I didn't want to build the Tower of the Consecrate here, really, but actually I'm kind of turning around on that. We don't have another source of gold, and if we want to be able to pop our gold boosters with any kind of frequency... oh, you know what? Never mind. There's dust water here. Of course we want a Tower of the Consecrate. I know we can't actually access it yet, but we'll get there. Alright, so what is the next tech? What are we going to research that's going to push us over into the next era? Diplomatic tech is not necessarily a bad idea. We can keep the other empires off of us. If we're going to be playing around on the sea, I also really like artillery ships. But public works might be a good play. We have a lot of large cities now. And so being able to put +2 influence per district out on our cities might be really important. Alternatively, we can pick up armor tech. I don't usually go for the armor tech super hard, but... Oh, I'm very torn. Well, we don't actually have to make a decision until almost 1300 dust, so... That'll give us a turn or two. Really, is there a city... Oh, Cha, way back from the front. Yeah, is running out of stuff to do. Okay. Make me one of those. Because we're not getting enough dust per turn right now. We need so much more. Oh, I should fix the designs up. We can definitely use double strategics now. It's so weird how they're just letting me pillage everything over and over again. They don't seem to have any interest in stopping me. If they just moved a Guardian toward me, they have to know I'd run based on what happened last time, right? Oh, it looks like they might be moving toward us now. Although remember, that 3 there is 3 settlers. It's not exactly terrifying. We're going to move up quickly to get Cold Operator with this guy, and then we'll figure out what we want to specialize his city in first. Alright, we just got to deal with these really quickly. And we don't have to, but I want to. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, right. Landfall. I forgot all about this. Okay, found nothing in the ruin. So we see some grass silk. We see some glass steel, which we knew about. Let's turn on yields for a second. So we have one anomaly. It's not very compelling. I think we're going to walk around a little bit and see if there's anything over here. It looks like it might just be kind of a small, crappy region, though. I don't know if I want to settle it in that case. We're certainly going to be inviting trouble. Blue is going to get on our case about settling their border. And not that I, like, extremely care. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I can turn off yields here. We'll turn them back on in a second. But when you zoom way in, having the yields on does clutter your perspective just a little. I can't imagine these guys are going to run. I don't need to do the spam clicking thing, probably. But, you know, I do lots of things I don't need to do. Oh, did I hit manual? Darn it. Oh, well. I don't think we actually have to issue any commands or anything. Forgot to put the battle on auto. But we can totally just let it auto. Yeah, it turns out we're more than a match for some minor faction units. Okay. And our reward is 25 Moonleaf, which, like I said, will be valuable for trade. 90 dust, it's okay. It's not awesome, but it's okay. Come on, climb up there. It's feeling a little unresponsive today. I don't know what's happening in the background on my computer. All right, so let's go threaten Umgar. I know I didn't change the designs. Okay, we do have to deal with the garrison of one city, but not of all three. How expensive would it be to update the designs? Like, this is an all-Predator army, right? Is that right? Yeah. So if I made the design look like... That's not even the right screen. Well, actually, should we do this now, or should I go up a level? Or up an age, and then equip them with dust armor. Let's do that. So let's research something. We have enough dust now. It should be... I mean, this isn't terrible, right? Plus security. This is the tech that gives you the plus fortification on tile improvement building, which is why everybody gets it, because nobody's getting it for bells and whistles. Everybody's getting it for Inquisitor's Divinity. But once you have it, you know, if your Empire's going well, you get to that point where you just don't need to build things anymore, and that seems like an okay. Actually, you know what we should probably pick up? Well, what's mine is mine makes us better spies. Let's actually do... Oh, right, we have a discount for techs that are in Era 3. We can't afford a tech from an earlier era, as strange as that seems. We could pick up highway outposts to juice our trade routes up a little bit. I know we're only trading internally, but it's still significant. I suppose we'll go for... See, the National Museum is cool, but it also is going to be made out of our building resource, or like our strategic fighting resources. I don't know that I want to strain those necessarily. Yeah, let's prepare to be able to defend our sea stuff. Okay, so here's some Mithrite. Pixie Blood, Dustwater, Dust Orchid. Not a lot of the good stuff, but some of it, and we do have Hyperium right here. Oh, let's search this ruin. I'm going to have to zoom like way in to be able to click on it, given the awkward positioning. 220 dust is not a bad prize. And then we'll start a siege. And at this point we'll update our unit design so that we can equip them with new armor now. I think we will go ahead and do as the faction quest asks of us and research some older stuff. Oh, why am I rotating this dude? I clicked here. Let's grab this. Alright, so it's been a little uncooperative. I think we probably want to make the two bows out of different materials. And that we probably do want the Palladian in the main hand for the little bit of extra initiative. And then we have the ability now to throw in some trinkets that are actually meaningful. This significantly increases the cost of the unit, but it's worth it. I'd love to go Eye of the Farthinker, but we just can't. We can't afford it on Glasssteel right now. At some point, maybe we'll have the loose stuff, and we'll be able to fix that. So what are we looking at here? 1710, and we do have the resources, but it looks like it starts with a 4, so only just barely. Yeah, that's right. It's like 8.1 per retrofit, so it's going to be in the very high 40s. It's almost all of it. Well, when we get to enough dust, maybe we'll back out for a turn. Hey, here's something I can continue to pillage. Let's move up to here so that it's a shorter walk to pillage that thing. Alright, and Little Settler, what can you see? I don't know that we even really need to do this. This is just sort of a open land. It's right to settle, right? Kind of thing. I don't actually have strong feelings about settling this region. So it looks like it's a pretty bad region. There's some Hydromiel, which is not awesome. It's fine, but... Oh, Iberian, if you don't have anything important to do, you just got reassigned completely to dust. And it looks like, in fact, we do not have anything important to do here. Yeah, we could put up a Quicksilver mine. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll put up the Quicksilver mine, but we're not gonna sit on industry for it. Alright, yeah, I kind of hate that region over there. I almost don't want to settle it. We might not settle it. Alright, so at 575 it'll be 3 turns before we have enough money to retrofit this army. We can do a lot of damage to their fortifications by just sitting here in the meantime. Also, is it just me, or is this not... Yeah, this is not being extracted. Pink got behind on science somehow. Maybe it has something to do with them building settlers with all of their population. This city does not have the reinforced buildings. Hooray, titanium and dust. Speed things up. Yeah, they're just marching around armies of settlers and guardians. It's a strong combo. Oh, this guardian's actually maybe going somewhere. Nope, changed his mind. Alright, the various John ports. John's Port? Is it like Surgeons General? Just kind of slowly gaining levels. We are getting attacked right now. It's a little earlier than I was expecting. I guess they think they can win? I wonder if they're right. We probably need to keep building units here, right? Like, this building doesn't actually do anything if I'm planning to keep the city on industry, and this city is staying on industry, because we need units. Alright. I guess let's try to get full vision of the area. Maybe there's something really exciting down here. Alright. Rumbler 4. Okay, so this is a wholly modern army. Although we get to see that another city... Is that the same... Hold on. No, Dutherod's the one we saw before. This is another city whose garrison is almost entirely settlers. This is crazy talk. Alright. Let's see if we can do this. This is about as scary as it's gonna get. These guys are tough. We have a cliff. So we can exploit their pathing a little bit. The guys who are going to go first need to be up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're not... This guy's not actually in range yet. And if I let him run forward to get in range, he'll run too many spaces forward. That is something that we know at this point. Alright, and then everybody else can kind of fill in the ranks behind them. This means not everybody gets to start in city tiles, but this is the only way that we're going to get to all shoot. Alright, so I think we want to focus on the guy who goes earliest. If there's any chance of denying him a turn, we should get that. But this time, this guy will have moved. So we can have these two slightly slower Predators shoot at that guy. He's back a row. Now we'll shoot at this guy. He's in the front row and he's slow. Okay, so you and you shoot at him. He'll be close enough by then. And you, I don't know. Also him? And yeah, I like that. Militia, if you have the choice, attack a Rumbler to pin him in place. Alright, here's hoping. They have a lot of defense. I know we have a lot of attack thanks to our morale, but it's got us like just about even with them. Okay, looks like we are going to finish this guy off this turn then. Yeah, we actually do pretty good damage. I'm so glad that I didn't have them try to attack the weaker guy. Okay, so with any luck, we should be able to bring this guy down before he gets a turn. But that's going to be the end of that. Ooh, wow. Militia got one shot. Yeah, this is like his elite squad right here. These are the best troops he has. You shoot him. Him. Sometimes when you select a unit, you can't issue them orders, and unselecting them and then reselecting them fixes it. I'm not sure what is up with that. Alright, well, the time for easy wins has ended. We're going to get our asses handed to us now. It is going to hurt. Should I... You know what? This guy should move before firing. Is there any other movement that makes sense? If you move to here... 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm trying to make it so that it's hard for them to get multi-hits through beam. I can't actually make it impossible. Let's not mess with it then. I can't make it impossible, and if I do move him, then I don't have a guarantee that he'll be able to attack the most valuable target for us. So let's just not mess with it. He'll just attack the right target, and if he gets beamed, he gets beamed. Because there's no way we can stop this guy from potentially getting beamed. And only one beam is going to happen, I think. Oh no, I was wrong. I don't know why I was thinking that this guy would move to here. Obviously he moves there. So yeah, we're dead now. We lose all of our units. Everybody focus on this guy, he's slightly weaker. Well, this is gonna happen occasionally in a war. You're gonna have a problem winning every battle unscathed. Great, the disease has spread everywhere now. So, we know that his production capacity must be, like, weirdly limited. It shouldn't be possible for that to be the case, but it does have to be the case for any of the things we're seeing to make any sense. Yeah, everybody's dead now. We can't. You can't possibly survive. Oh, a stun, you asshole. So we can kill this guy. We can kill maybe kill the forager. The fact that we lost one of our units prematurely. I mean, in this situation, him landing a stun is as good as him one-shotting the unit from full health. Okay, well the disease claimed him. The necrophages can spread the disease to their allied units. Anything that's not a necrophage is vulnerable. Alright, work on... no, everybody work on the forager. Let's get their numbers down. We're going to lose... Honestly, we might lose both of the Predators this turn, depending on how this works out. Depending on how the numbers roll. Okay, he's going after the hero. That's good for us. Our hero is, in theory, less scary than the Predators. And also slightly tougher. Okay, well we took them down to 1 unit. And they're actually not going to get to kill our Predator. We killed 5, they killed 5-ish. And this one gets this city involved because he attacked from a different angle. Well, we know that they don't have any real units left in their garrisons. That's something. Let's move to here. We're gonna have to merge these 2 armies up. There's not enough dudes left alive for any other play. Alright, well... Let's get this over with. There's no way for us to win this. I don't think. The guy has 449 health. We don't want to stand next to each other. So that we won't spread the poison to each other. But I don't think there's any other play... How much move do you have? 3? So if we put this guy in range to attack, he also gets attacked. There's no way to do only one of those things. I don't know. This seems as good as anything else. So we get to hit first. He charges in and hits the Predator. Hero gets a shot off. Alright, Predator gets a mark shot now. Maybe big crits? Okay. The hero could finish the job here. The hero might actually survive this. Alright, remarkable. We have no units left. But, technically we're still surviving. Our fortification damage is now 12. So, this thing with all the incredibly tiny little regions, like look at how small this region is. Look at how small this region is. This thing with all the tiny regions has actually worked out tremendously to the AI's advantage because they were able to construct all of their cities in such a way that they were defended by each other. It's going to work out tremendously in our advantage as soon as we can get some militia respawning. It's going to be very difficult for them to make any progress against us to take their stuff back, I think. So what do you have? You have a not real unit and then some other... Man. What does it cost to just buy out one of these Predators? $10.95. That's not even that much. Alright, well we can buy an army. To put our tech development on hold for a little while. Oh, we'll be able to steal a tech next turn, though. And I think we do want to steal an Era 3 or earlier tech. It'll feed into this, and also there's still quite a bit of stuff that we want. I'm a little nervous about this. So yeah, we don't actually have much of a standing army anymore. We had a lot of eggs and not a whole lot of baskets there. Alright, it's okay. We're going to stay focused. We're going to be fine. So actually, you need to go, though. Why don't you leave? Get over here and we'll reinforce with this guy. Obviously, we can't merge the armies together because, you know, they both include a hero. But we can at least have them be within reinforcement range of each other. Dutherod currently has 11 units in its garrison. Hey, move. I hate it when they just decide they're not... The game decides that the action has already completed. But, like, what's the point of the animation happening if the action's done before the animation plays? Alright, please don't get caught. It would make things so much easier for me if you did not get caught at this point. So we could buy tier 2 armor. Hold on. We have a quest. Yeah. We have a quest for that tier 3 armor, don't we? What was that? Defeat a pirate ship in Hyloman. Well, something we'll get eventually. So, is it worth it to steal the tier 2 armor tech for the trinkets now? I think the answer is no. Cargo docks are pretty good. Management sciences is pretty good. Unexpected allies is fine. We probably wouldn't bother. Fire ships aren't bad. I think we're going to take management sciences. We'll just, you know, be good at rebuilding our army. That's going to be our thing, is that we're good at rebuilding our army. Also, cargo docks is pretty good for that. It wouldn't be applicable to every city. In fact, a lot of our cities are inland. Yeah, let's go for management sciences. And you didn't get caught. Yes! Awesome. Alright, hold on, you. I will tell you when I am ready to go. Alright, Guliyawa gets to level up and now is uncapturable. Pretty good. We'll need 2 more techs. We are, in fact, going to, in Brenla? Yeah, probably in Brenla. Going to buy out a new Predator. What do I think the odds are that they're going to bring in reinforcements? They do have a proliferator now, and a proliferator at level 7, no less, which is completely insane given the fact that we know for a fact it's never seen combat. They have a lot of those plus XP buildings. So the question is, do we just retreat Temok and have him die and rebuy him, or do we stand against the Necrodrone? I mean, we'll kill the Necrodrone. My concern is that if they bring in all of this stuff as reinforcements, we're going to lose the first Hawk Shadow as well, probably. But maybe not. They have to funnel in slowly through the reinforcement slots. You know what? Let's fight them. We might actually be able to get some value here. Alright, so yeah, you just stay way back. Wait, where is he? Oh, he's over. He is over on this side. No, you're right. Okay, they are bringing in all of the units. Well, it's going to take their guys some time to reach us. We don't have to move toward them, so we won't. I'm going to wait for the rest of my units to funnel in. You do not move under any circumstances. Right, he moved close enough to get shot. Oh, we're at the point in the game where 130 damage is starting to look like piddly. So if I move Ziema forward to fight, then she's going to get attacked by the Rumbler. Obviously, I don't want to do that. This is actually very tricky. So this guy's gonna go early, but he's way in the back. You go before guys who are in the back. That doesn't really matter. I could have these groups pull back. But... Well, I guess we can have the assassin move and then pull this guy to this slot. Because I think we only have one more unit coming in next turn anyway. Although leaving this slot open is maybe better because it allows the unit to come in back here instead of up front where it will be surrounded next turn. How much damage is this guy going to deal? 227 attack, 110 defense. So they have... Somehow, the AI always does this. They always have like double or triple the attack of a unit at the same tier of gears defense. Like even if we did have the strategic armor, which I almost never build, the stats on it are almost the same. They're rarely more than like how high attack gets relative to defense. So we're just gonna eat, like, we're just gonna eat it. We're gonna get totally murdered. If he hits us, it's gonna be for 190 damage. And we don't actually have very much health. It's a tough one. See, if we move our units forward at all, we're gonna get clobbered. And these guys don't have the range bonus because they're not from his army. So, I mean, it kind of seems like the only thing we can possibly do is fall back. Which feels pretty bad. Yeah, you fall back, you... If I move you to here, you won't have anything to do. But if I don't move you at least that far, then you get grabbed by the Necrodrone. Alright, whatever, we're falling back. Okay. Oof, our hero is not doing the damage I was hoping for. Okay, well that guy flying in that particular way has changed my plan a little bit, because it means that we can now move to here. It means that we can now station this guy on this cliff. Oh, I guess this is a flying unit, so it will fight back. It might be dead by then, though. I don't think we actually want to shoot at the Necrodrone, is that right? Doesn't seem right. No, let's shoot at the Necrodrone and just... This guy will move to the cliff and possibly not have anything to do. It's not the end of the world. Also, you can back up just in case the hero, just in case Ziema should die somehow, which I think is fairly likely. Oh good, the disease spread to everybody. So now all my units are going to die from that disease. This guy's got one more turn left. This guy's dead already. I didn't think Ziema would die this turn. 157. This is the wages of not having real armor right here. Alright, well... We're all dead. There is actually no survival. So wait, do we want to be shooting at him then? If we know we're dying, let's pick a target of higher value. There's no way for this guy to attack there. I guess he may as well just... Yeah, the hero's death would be irrelevant. The Rumbler's death would at least cost them something. Because we all know how easy it is to put a hero back together. Not that I think we'll be able to kill the Rumbler, but I do think that the only chance of us getting any new value out of this battle is to try. Yeah, get him. 0, okay. You can really tell that guy doesn't have any real gear on. And yeah, we're not going to be able to even get close to bringing down this Rumbler. Our settlers have 165 health, really? That seems kind of completely insane. Oh man, they have a proliferator, and I think it's even going to get in range. They're going to get a Battleborn from this. Ah, that sucks. And their proliferator's actually doing real damage, too. How have they had the resources to construct a real army, I wonder? They don't have any land or anything. I guess they have the Megapole, which is certainly very helpful in the construction of armies. That's why I always want it so badly. Well, shoot. So that's not perfectly ideal. But, you know, sometimes things happen. We're not going to lose faith here. Even though that that would be, like, mega impossible for a human player to do. And the AI is riding on its wave of free resources. Is this... So I see a border here. Oh, okay, we can see this all is this region. So he has 4 regions left, not 5. Yeah, that's frustrating. It's frustrating to lose to a thing that you could not possibly have replicated, but we will soldier on. Sharen. I don't even know which... Okay, this one. Pink or green, or more likely both, are going to spite espionage us constantly until they are both dead. It's a shame. I would love to be able to live in peace with another empire. Is this... Oh, okay, this is that same ocean, isn't it? Yeah, you can see the outline pulsing slightly on both sides of the ocean. Okay, so this is actually not a very large space. Alright, and what do we see here? We see that there are, in fact, 2 anomalies on this side, and they're far apart and not actually great. So this region is just garbage. There's nothing here for us. Except land. But do I want to open myself up to the possibility of blue giving us shit? Is this... Okay. Colonize the region. Colonize the region to get a weapon that is tremendously out of date. I'm not excited by that prospect. So if we were going to settle here, which I think we are probably not at this point... You know, a bad city is probably worse than no city. And this one is so bad. Well, go get the pearls at least. Alright, let's turn this off then. We'll have some units popping out of these cities in a second, and we'll rebuy our heroes and place them on those. It's really annoying that that's happening, but what are you gonna do? So we have to actually put 2 armies together and have them act in concert. No more skirmishes. It looks like the last of their power is consolidated tightly enough that we have to bring a real force. We have to start playing with a little bit of respect, as much as that leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Okay, units won't regenerate. That's kind of good for us in the sense that Pink has some units that are injured. Oh man, that's a really good facility. Wow, and it just gained 7 naval units while we were sitting here looking at it. That's kind of impressive. Whatever. We'll be killing green on land, not on the sea. He's got way too many units in my empire, though. Right, I'm not the only one who's worried about this, I think. Okay, so what if we pull these guys over to here? 10 turns on the dust transmuter. I know it hurts our income, and our income's kind of important right now, but think about how much income we'll have when that's done, though. Alright, so these guys are at least actually of the era. How much is it to rebuy these injured heroes? 555 and 432, okay. Maybe we'll take a couple of turns off of buying units out to get our heroes back online. Just so that they can keep gaining XP. Yeah, you know, we have a lot of... we have a lot of titanium left over right now. I see no reason not to put some of it to use here. We'll start juicing up the production of our backline cities. And as always, Cha needs orders. Cha goes through orders very, very quickly. So is there anything interesting in Cha? Do we reveal anything new? Nope. Pixie Blood, which I don't care about. So no Tower of the Consecrate. But we will build these two things. Cha has some forests. Seems sensible. We're pretty forested, actually. Brenla, this sort of middle area... Actually, a lot of these things over here don't have forests either. But the parts of the world that were originally ours are pretty densely forested, which is good for us in a couple of ways. I really miss that bonus income from the constant pillaging. I want to make sure that this guy is closer to the front. He is not doing anybody any good in the Quakix garrison. Alright, let's get Temok Rayan back. I think Temok is the more important of the two. Oh, and this unit was started before we had the new designs up. So let's go ahead and do a retrofit there. Okay. We need to rebuild very quickly the first army so that we can at least play defense. And then once we have that done, we can worry about the second army. So I wonder if there's anywhere else in the world that this guy would be able to found, though. Maybe it's worth it. Just found, like, toward the coast on this side and make sea trade. Yeah, maybe. Well, in any case, get to the coast is probably the right order. Okay, Rocknall. Let's get a nice big ranged army for this guy, and then the other army will contain some melee units. The one led by Ziema. And she'll have all those nice reinforcement flags. We'll be able to send a lot of dudes into battle, but for now we're going to focus on Predators with full range, which are pretty good units. Okay, you can see that her seniority is 8 already, so that's 8 extra infiltration points she's getting each turn. So she'll be reaching level 4 pretty quickly this time. Looks like the Chosen will continue to run toward Cold Operator as quickly as he can get there. Yep. Green and Pink are probably both spying on us, remember, so we can't be surprised by this. We're going to go up through Fast Healer to get to Cold Operator. Now that we have all the dust coming out of the forest. Okay. If we were going to settle the region, the best place to do it, I guess, is at the coast, because this is at least where there's some industry. I know we're not taking advantage of any of the anomalies here, but the anomalies suck, so... Come on, give me that tooltip. 674 is a horrible city, but it's a city. Maybe it will turn out to be worth it. Oh, that definitely pushes us over enough wine. Oh, and we've hit our Titan Bones as well. Nice. Not only does that pull us up quite a bit, helping our industry as well, or helping our income as well, but our industry is pretty important right at this moment. So, new city first. Obviously, we're going to go for the old classics here. Rush that out. I don't think I want to queue this just because of the amount of glass steel. Okay. If we end up losing that city, I won't feel bad. I'll turn the terrain yields off now. Yeah, if we end up losing that city, I won't feel bad, and it's going to bring us glass steel for a while at least, so... Alright, Brenlaw, you need to focus on the war effort a little bit. Oh, that's right, I left a whole bunch of cities with no orders. There's one thing in this city. We could build a tower to get more adamantium coming in. We do go through it pretty quickly when we're building units. Yeah, let's do that. But it's not a huge priority. Let's make some money. No, you guys are good. Sorry, I just need to finish constructions here. You are... Wow, that's extremely wrong. Don't do that. Okay. So, that was not awesome. Things are worse than they were a couple of minutes ago, that's for sure. We don't have enough freaking glass steel, man. Okay, first of all, don't do that. Oh, hey! This city has his canal locks. Nice. 2 turns. That is lovely. Alright, maybe we're going to be able to get our army back on our feet even quicker than I thought. So if we can pump out, like, 4 units every 5 turns, plus, you know, another fraction of one, in addition to being able to buy one every 2 turns, yeah, we're gonna have our actual functioning army in place again in no time. Our bottleneck is going to be the strategics, for sure. Let's buy out a new one. So this will be 5, 6... Or no, sorry, 4, 5. And then this will complete his army. At some point we should, you know, get the tech that lets you have 8 units in an army. We already have so many cities. Alright, so Cha's going to start building burrows. We have a number of cities where we can usefully build burrows. And I think I am going to expand out to grab the anomaly here, even though it butts us up against the edge of the terrain. You're fine right where you are, so you're the only units that don't have orders, and you could build boats. Maybe. Yeah, what the hell? I still don't want to give them any strategics, but they could at least sail around and maybe get some eyes on where we are and what is around us. There might still be a sea fortress or something left somewhere. How are you doing? Okay, we're getting close to being able to do another steel. Alright, so you should crap that guy out, and... Is green attacking pink right now? Is that what all these units are for? No, not these ones, surely, because they're not anywhere nearby. But green is definitely marching on Omgar. If green took Omgar, I would not be happy. I need that Hyperion. And it does have another Titan Bone deposit in it as well. So are both things that are of great interest to me. I want these two. If green wants these two, I'd be fine with that. I mean, it only sort of matters. We are absolutely going to kill green at some point anyway. Alright, and we are out of strategics. We might have to adjust the designs a bunch to do like that thing we were doing earlier. That thing we were doing earlier, where half of our army is in one set of gear and half of them is another. We end up with this little patchwork force, but sometimes the scarcity of Resources demands it, especially when Dust to Rust is still active, and there's just not anything that we can feasibly do about that. Alright, so Shiran has pumped out another guy. It looks like the militias are starting to get restored in these cities. Hurry, everyone, merge! Alright, how many turns? 5 turns until we steal another tech. We may be, how long until winter? Okay, winter is going to be any moment now, so we'll go ahead and get Cold Operator. Could start next turn for all we know. Cha. Just keep expanding, I guess we don't really have anything else for you to do. I guess we may as well make some pearl gathering trips while we wait for the other boats to get finished. Alright, yeah, pause on the troops and go ahead and make one of those. You can... I don't know, man. Let's just make a bunch of basic demons. When we have enough to fill a garrison, we may move them all to the city that... was it Rocknall? Yeah. We may move them all to Rocknall to get the 80 dust, and then there's a second step where you have to leave them in the city for a little while, and the Kazanji pop a booster for you, which is nice. So now that we're not spending money on buying units out right away, okay, pretty expensive. Do I want brigade system? No, I think we want signal corps next. I guess I do need to buy. If I bought one more low tech, like if I bought this, then our upcoming tech steal would be the last thing for the faction quest. Honestly, we maybe should pick up Mists. Mists are pretty great units, and we haven't really played with them. We have not played with them at all, in fact, on the channel. But they are, like, legitimately good. Really, really quite good. So let's go ahead and get those. Then this will be our last early era tech that we buy. So yeah, our rate of research isn't actually too bad. Alright, bought that out. We're getting our techs pretty quickly. I just have no idea what... Why is Pink just wandering Guardians back and forth? Like, even if you accept that they're just not going to figure that it's worth attacking. Okay, we badly injured a green spy, return him to the academy. And the other green spy didn't get caught. I'm surprised that the spy in Shiran was green and not pink, but I'm not that surprised. So we have a lot of things we need to get here. This is important. These two are important, obviously, for direct military power. This is important because we actually have Dustwater and Dust Orchid. Both really, really great. But it's expensive enough that we don't have to make a decision right this second, so let's just keep moving. Rocknall needs to... well, pop these guys out. And then let's take this turn to buy back Ziema. Start getting XP for her again. So here's a question. Do we actually want to give Ziema melee units? Or do we just want her army to also be Predators? And she's just mostly here to bring the reinforcement flag. Tough call. We can, in any case, I think, go for one more Predator no matter what. Alright, well, we are getting pretty close to the time that I have to go here. We're gonna go ahead and let our spy steal the last level of... what are we gonna do here, man? We can start building mists, like just basic ones and then retrofitting them later. No, let's make, if we're gonna make a basic unit, let's make it demons. So we can at some point continue this quest. Okay. Move into the lightning, but we have enough enough movement points to move back out of it right away. We could go a pillaging. Yeah, we'll just start pillaging stuff, I guess. There's no reason not to. Has this been? Nope, still not mined. I would gladly pillage that. This village is about to be available again. May as well. Do I want to wait maybe a little bit more down this way, just so that Coldramore doesn't get surprised? I don't want to be too far from the front over here. This is probably like a turn worth of movement over the road. Seems like a sensible place to stand. 4 turns. Alright, despite our gear increase over the units that we were running, we really don't have that much more fortification damage. It's kind of surprising how little fortification damage scales. Now, I assume these units are fighting. Yeah. They just, they run forward and they eliminate one thing. That thing doesn't get any reinforcements, and then they run back, it looks like. And the Guardian is just doing the same thing he's been doing for the entirety of the game since he was created. Ooh, he's actually kind of moved into a threatening position. Is he threatening me? Let's rush this guy, and then we have one finishing here. So these demons are using just titanium gear. Maybe I should be building these instead. Or even updating that design. Let's update that design. We're going to leave the titanium weapons in place because we can't really do better. But we can push the armor and the accessories a little bit. As I regain control of my mouse cursor here. There we go. So I'm confident that we will be successful in attacking the necrophages with our actual 2 armies worth of troops. Basically, I was trying to get away with doing things in kind of a cheaty way, sort of not really putting in the effort, half-assing it, you know. This is what I'm trying to express. And we got punished. Which is just gonna happen. If you are a person who half-asses things, you are going to get punished. Okay. So what are we going to do with 3 boats? I don't exactly know. But they're fast. And they can handle a small number of Fomorians. I guess what we can do is obviously finish building the city out in a way that gives it some level 2 districts. We'll just do a stick-shaped city alongside the coast here, I think. Because this is in kind of an awkward location, and building up toward the mountain doesn't feel very good. What were you just building? I don't even remember. Oh, you were building burrows. Of course you were. Alright, try to push our city's approval levels up a little bit, see if we can't get empire-wide to the good place. You guys are coming over here, though. Alright, so what is our income right now? 1839. You know what tech we need next? You know what tech we need to steal if they have it? Oh no, never mind. I already have Imperial coinage. What was I thinking? So, there's not actually that much adamantium on the marketplace. It could be that everybody else is having kind of the same problem we are. What does it take for us to run a booster right now? 60? So there's not actually 60 of very many things. We get grass silk. Let's do that. We have some, so let's buy... What else would be really cool? We have wine booster running. Dyes would be okay. There's not enough dye. gold would be cool. Let's rush some gold. We will accumulate it naturally, but... Alright, and then the other benefit of this, of course, is that it's going to push us up to Fervent. 2609. Alright. We could win an economic victory. It's not infeasible, especially with us having a source of dust water. Okay. Do we actually set... Yeah. We're expanding, we're building troops. And we're expanding, and we're building troops. And we're expanding, and we're building troops. Well, we're making enough money now that we can definitely buy the techs we need. So like I said, I'm going to let the hero steal the last low-tier tech we need, but I'm going to start buying these higher-tier ones. Start making progress toward Era 5. So let's do this. Fucking green. Why? How does this help you? 107 damage, Jesus. Okay. Cool, we got the 37. This is about 100 turns later than you would like to get that weapon. That's not even hyperbole. We will actually not win that fight. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe I should have gone for... Yeah, let's just get back to our territory. Get safe, and we'll sail along our territory up through here. Alright, I'm super annoyed that green is attacking us for pillaging pink stuff. That doesn't make any sense. It is a terrible use of their resources. The AI just loves to do things that are bad for it. As long as they're bad for you, it doesn't care. Alright, so we don't have enough resources to build another real unit. We could... Yeah, we don't have all of the improvements to our industry yet in all of these cities. Yeah, you should probably get that done. Belloc, you know what? Yeah, go for it. 10 turns actually isn't that bad. Alright, let's do this horrible battle now. We're going to lose a bunch of units for no reason, because green's an asshole, basically. So the Harmonites are big sacks of HP. Although, actually, they're less good at fighting than the Necrophages that we've been dealing with for a long time. These Dakari Rangers are also a problem. It is worth noting that Harmonites only have 1 speed. So we could start really far back. Hold on, let's do something like this. So these guys have 2 move. Moves to here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually there's no way for us to put everybody out of range. But we can make it so that these Wild Walkers have to move in front of the Harmonites. And that'll make it hard for the Harmonites to approach us, especially since they can't just come this way. They'd have to go around this cliff in one of these directions. So I think this is a sensible thing to do. We make them run forward a little bit, then we massacre them. And the Harmonite get to die last. Yeah, Close Elf, I guess. Let's mostly focus on Close Elf. These guys aren't actually elves. They're closer to dryads than they are to elves, really. They have, obviously, a lot of thematic traits that we traditionally associate with elves in fantasy. But as far as I can tell, they're actually, like, woven into the trees. I think they're actually, like, wood. Living wood. I mean, go here. I'm not gonna trust the AI. He's gonna find some way to try to path through the Harmonites. Alright, I put the hero out front on purpose, hoping that he would draw a lot of the attacks, because hero HP is pretty valueless. But it looks like they did not entirely fall for that. These guys don't do that much damage, and they really don't have a lot of health. Why would green do this? Like, the best case scenario here for him is he loses no units, I lose my whole army, right? But that is negative value. Like, that's bad for him. He wants me to have an army because we are fighting a mutual enemy. The only thing I can think is he's like, I'm going to take this city, you can't have the city. But he should maybe do a little bit of math on the strength of his army, because he cannot take any of these cities. He needs me. Alright, broken Alayi Hero AI just runs around and does nothing for some reason. If you don't give it pretty specific orders, or it's not already in attack range of a player. Don't know why, just does. Actually, stay put. Yeah, I actually like this targeting, except for you. No, you know what? Let's have these guys focus on that unit, because it's going to run to here. Oh, no, it really wants the hero. Okay. I'm fine with that. It does make us move a little bit out of position in order to shoot back at it. My goal here was to not have anybody get attacked by a Harmonite this turn. I tried to put us all into locations that would make it hard for them to get to us with their one move, but depending on how things go with this archer, we may end up accidentally moving somebody up to the choke point. Okay, good kill. So, there's a lot of cool units in the game. There's a lot of really neat designs, but it's so hard to justify using melee units when you can do stuff like this. Like, why don't we just not take damage? Why didn't we think of that? Alright, so I was really concerned when they attacked us, partially because I was like, Dakari Ranger 5? That's a lot of upgrades. But I should have remembered that we'd already seen Dakari Ranger 5s. Yeah, so this guy had literally no reason to run to the place he ran to, and now he's gotten himself hit. And possibly, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. 323 attack with 107 damage. Yeah, we got lucky there, in that he only took that much damage. Alright, let's try to assign a reasonable number of dudes here, just in case we get a bad attack roll or two. I don't want to miss out on the kill. Well, it's been a bunch of valuable XP. Actually, you know what I wonder? I don't know that I've ever seen it happen, but if a bunch of stealthed units are running with a non-stealth hero, does the hero have the correct number underneath their icon? Like, if you're running this situation where we have a Wildwalker hero with 8 stealth units under his, or 6, does it say 6 or does it say 0 to my enemies? Because if it did indeed say 0, then I could see maybe that attack. This makes a certain kind of sense then. Alright, plus 10% on all of his units' damage. Siama doesn't actually have to pick up negative or cold operator because the top skill in the infantry class tree does the same thing. So I'm just going to pick up life for my units. I think life is better than a small amount of defense. The enemies we're seeing have attack that is so far in excess of our defense that like plus 10 defense would not change the outcome of anything ever. Alright. I'm super annoyed with green for doing that, though. Alright, we're going to be able to buy out these techs that we need from Era 4 pretty quickly. We're making almost a tech worth of dust every turn. Do we have enough to buy? Hell yeah. Yeah, 30 dust water from that. Is there dust water in this region? I don't see any. And I did get to see all the tiles. Maybe you just get random luxuries? I thought it was tied to the region. Maybe I was wrong. Yep. Green is still spying on us because green's a bunch of dickheads. Oh, right, I didn't mash the button. So blue very clearly knew that our boats were out here. That's the whole reason he came down, despite the fact that there's no way he could have known that. So that's kind of annoying. There's no reason for one of his boats to randomly sail over into the bay near my city. You know what? We have a lot of pearls. Do I want to buy the Abbey of Anomalies? I just built a district over an anomaly, which reduces the value somewhat. I haven't been using my pearls at all, because we just haven't really had a great opportunity. But yeah, what the hell? We may not get that much use out of it in all of our cities, but there are definitely a couple of places at least where I see good plays. Alright, so we'll do that. Abbey of Anomalies right here. It's a pretty good anomaly. And could go deeper in and pillage more stuff. I don't really want to pillage this, because the only ways out of this tile are here and here. You go pillage their glass steel. Seems sensible. Let's grab one of these and merge up into that army as well. Alright, units can now regenerate again, which is probably good for us, because we have a... Oh no, we hardly took any damage. I guess the hero needs health. Yeah, you just sit there. So Cha can finish its triangle, and then we can just build a burrow, or an Abbey of Anomalies on one of the other things nearby. That'll be fine. The city is a weird shape. I guess it can be moved to dust production, so let's build that then. One more turn? One more turn. Always one more turn with these games. I don't remember what comes after this step in the faction quest. I think we didn't complete... How did we win the last game as these guys? Maybe it was a faction quest victory. Oh boy. What is this? Purple has declared war on me. Are you sure? That doesn't seem right. I guess we have a shared border. They could send units over this ocean to Cha. Seems like a kind of a weird play to me. Anyways, keep the spices rolling. Oh, we have enough dust water. Beautiful. Why did my trade route say 0? Why is this all red? What's happening here? We should definitely be generating trade. We don't have any like weird temporary modifiers that damage our trader income. No, doesn't look like it. Maybe it's a graphical bug? I did see, yeah, 2473 with the Dustwater active. That's lower than what we were producing before the Dustwater was active. Something strange is happening. We'll keep plugging toward Cold Operator. We're gaining levels pretty rapidly here on our heroes. Everybody just keep reaching for that Cold Operator. And our spy is ready to go, and we have a lot of other things to do as well. Let's zoom in here real quick and see where our Abbey of Anomalies should go. Probably right here, huh? Okay, that's weird. That's a weird thing to do when I click the Abbey of Anomalies button. Yeah, we're gonna start Start running these cities out here a little bit. For some reason, I guess I didn't dismiss this pop-up. Alright, so we're apparently going to have to defend ourselves from purple. I'm pretty not pleased about that. Although, this could be one of those situations, it does happen sometimes, where the AI declares war on you and then doesn't actually make any particular moves. It happens sometimes if somebody who's far away from you declares war. It's not super common, but it does happen. Now, let's keep beefing up the army. We may need it, apparently. Alright, and steel tech. Is it cargo docks now? We don't have a lot of places where we can build cargo docks, but they will be great every place we can build them. We could go for unexpected allies. We are now actually getting spied on. Why don't we do this instead? Badly injured enough to go back to the academy. Sucky. I guess I can't see the city anymore, so I can't know what their security value was at the time. Alright, we have obtained 25 blood crystal. Alright, search to discover Agi's hiding place in Purple's territory. Great. Well, we may need to delay this until we're done with Pink, or potentially maybe even maybe declare a truce with Pink and try to go deal with Purple real quick. I feel like we got Pink up against the wall, though. I do not like the idea of breaking off the assault. Well, alright, listen. We're going to stop here for today. Come back next time, Monday. Feels like a long way away, but I'm sure we'll all be okay. Come back next time, Monday. We're going to figure out exactly what we want to do, figure out why everyone in the world hates us so much. No, that's not. I know why. Listen, if I see a forgotten player anywhere on the map, my first thought is, okay, I have to go to that place and crush him. It's tough being us. Anyway, come back next time. We'll survive. We'll figure this out. And we'll see you then.